Welcome back to Joy Wolf Creations, and today I've decided I want to take a deep dive into Pine Falls. So by the time you see this, you might have already watched someone else's video on Pine Falls. That's why I've decided rather than a basic update video of Pine Falls that I will be doing a deep dive into Pine Falls. Essentially what this is going to mean is I'm going to be taking a deeper dive into things of Pine Falls and talking about some stuff that other videos might have not got into deeper detail about. So without further ado, let's start. So to start off, we can still see Sky Islands. Only Sky Islands is facing a different direction, which means that Heartside actually isn't behind the portal. Now, it's not uncommon for games to do this, with having portals lead to different areas, even with how portals and stuff are. It's just really strange, though. I wouldn't have thought that they would have did this, but I guess they decided to. Next thing I want to take a deep dive into is this tree. Seems like a rather odd choice for Foxy Ventures, in my opinion. I wonder whose idea it was to add a tree with a face. I guess either way points for creativity. I just thought it was a really odd choice for a tree. Maybe there'll be some kind of story for it later, though. The next thing I want to talk about is these construction areas. Part of me really just wants to know why they didn't just put a building here. But part of me really wants to know if they're going to add something that's going to revolve around missions for this, and maybe that's why they didn't put a building there. I mean, there is two, so maybe they will have something for the future about this. Hopefully it will be something revolving around missions, or something that we can complete to get certain rewards. Maybe something that they planned on doing but didn't up till now. The other thing is, I know that no one really wants to talk about, is how Horse Throwing Tales is becoming more like Star Equestrian. And here's something in our deep dive that proves that. The chests, they can be found in Pine Falls. I mean, of course you don't get gems when you open them, but it is a chest that you open that's around at different times, in different areas. I mean, I know no one wants to say it, but even the flowers in Pine Falls look like Star Equestrians. In my opinion, though, these white ones look the most similar to Star Equestrians. I'll have to see if I can find the ones I'm talking about later. The next thing I want to talk about is how they said Pine Falls was twice the size of Heartside. The video I'm showing now was me on my Pegasus flying across both worlds. Just straight. I started at the same time and they both ended at the same time. However, I would feel this was different if we were talking about just Heartside alone, but I feel like all of Heartside, level 7, I feel like all those count as Heartside. Both of these runs had a time of 42 seconds. Just the timestamp on those alone leads me to think that it's not actually bigger than Heartside. Well, all of Heartside. Which I didn't really think it looked that big to begin with. The next thing I want to talk about is the new Pegasus. So, I did have some questions about the new Sky Pegasus. So I decided that I would send a ticket to Foxy Ventures about it. I'll read to you what I asked them. Hello, I had a question. Is the new Pegasus in Pine Falls limited to only spawn to level 25 plus players? Their response? The new fantasy horse in the area The Sky Pegasus is extremely rare and may not appear often. There is no specific level requirement to find it. Once you can access the new area, encountering the horse will depend on luck. We recommend continuing to explore regularly, as its appearances are unpredictable. Which I thought was extremely shocking. Especially considering, yes, you might not have to be level 25 to find this Pegasus, but that's just to find it. And I'm not sure what level you have to be able to craft certain taming orbs. So, in a way, they were nice about it, in a way, they weren't. Because even though it is not level locked, it is level locked in a way with the taming orbs. I also wanted to talk about how incredibly hard it is to find this horse. I've been searching since the update, and I haven't been able to find it, much like Grove. Because just like the Grove, I've been searching since I found out it existed from the update. I've been in and out of Sky Island searching for the Grove, and in and out of Pine Falls just looking for the Sky Pegasus. I think that pretty much covers all that I wanted to talk about in the deep dive that other Pine Falls videos might not have talked about. Give everyone something to think on when they do finish Pine Falls. That's all I have for you guys right now. Bye!